are up here, so all you guys now.
Okay, officially kick off. Call the meeting to order with roll. Yeah. Scott Lassell. Here. Alex. Here. And Anthony Hofer here. May Beaver and Brenda Swartz will not be here. The 3 of 5. Introduction of guests. So who have guests? May, are you standing in for Decker?
No, I'm just here.
You're just here to hang out, huh? Yeah. So Jake. I don't even know. Like, how do I officially go about introducing guests? And Jeff, are you gonna be an official guest?
I'm Jeff Schroeder, the city attorney.
Oh, gotcha.
I'm here to give you a little bit of legal advice, and then I'm going to dip on out.
Perfect.
Take about 5 minutes.
And then it's my understanding that Chris Eastman is now serving in an advisory role, not voting.
Yeah. Okay. It's going to give you.
Okay, I'm just going to read this just for record. Chris just handed out to fellow members of the golf board. I'm writing to formally resign my position on the golf board. I'm more than willing to assist and advise you in any way I can to help you out. I'm always open to having an open door for you. After tonight's meeting, I believe it is not in my best interest to continue working for the city in a temporary city position while also helping the golf board. So just for clarity, you will still be at the course in a city position, just no longer on the golf board. Cool. Okay. Thanks, Chris. Okay. I think we can move to item 3. Approve minutes from 5/4. How do we officially approve minutes from a parliamentary standpoint? Where's our liaison?
Make a motion for them if they want to approve them, and then someone's.
Okay. A motion to approve them.
Second. Okay. Yep. Scott? Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay. Item 4, financial report. Do we have liaison here to provide that?
I will, I guess, help you if
We've got
in
enough
the packet, the
budget.
expenditures for the May 31st and the revenues for May 31st, you guys reviewed it. As far as what it is you're looking for in financial reporting, or if there's more that you want, I guess.
Okay. And I think until we get to a place where we have purpose and things that we're tangible items that we're recommending, that the financial report will be kind of moot until we're measuring until.
Yeah.
See what kind.
I guess in the meantime review's okay.
Yeah.
Unless you want to let me know otherwise.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it's great. Yeah.
I did place at the back of the packet that Truin report that we did in 23.
I saw that.
Through a third party, just because it was requested to be provided, I think that's for the Tuesday city council packet. So I figured that was great information to share with you guys.
Yeah, and it helps provide a lot of context. There's a lot of things that like come to mind or questions being asked that I don't even feel comfortable having a giving recommendation because I don't have any context, have previous structure or what that was about. So, okay, awesome, thank you. Okay, so I think with that we can move to item 5.
Howdy.
And have Jeff. So your item 5, number 1, other items brought forward by staff or elected officials.
Thanks, Mr. Chairman. Members of the Golf Advisory Board. I'm Jeff Schroeder, the city attorney. I was contacted via telephone by Councilman Brennan McCarthy, who had heard tell that y'all had a group text chat. at some point. I then inquired of the city clerk. She told me that she had been provided copies of a group text that involved Jake, and it just regarded spraying weeds for the fairway, just some pretty innocuous stuff. So I just wanted to let you know that legally you constitute a board appointed by the city under Mountain Home City Code 221. You're to give, suggest and make recommendations to the mayor, council, and golf pro concerning the development, use, and management of the municipal golf course. As a result of that, this body is subject to the open meeting law, which requires notice and agenda, and people can watch your deliberations. When you receive or exchange information or opinions relating to a decision, which is a decision that the city council might make, that's required to be done in an open meeting. So if you have a group text, that is not being done in an open meeting, and you probably shouldn't. So if you have a group text, you should confine it to, is everybody going to be at the meeting tonight or something like that, those sorts of innocuous reminders. If it's any sort of discussion relating to a recommendation or things going on, then you should not do it. And if you have done it, then you should disclose it to the city clerk and I, and we can do a correction or a cure of an open meeting law violation. So the text messages that I've reviewed, I don't believe constitute an open meeting law violation. But if there are any others beside that, I would like you to let me know definitively, yes or no, and then we can add to your agenda a cure.
I believe we were told to kind of cease that, so what you see is perfect.
Perfect.
That's all we've got. So.
Yeah, and as far as to my knowledge, like the board has not deliberated on any decision making or any items pertaining to decision making outside of this meeting space.
Perfect. So yeah, so if you confine your group chats to little memes mocking people, that's is what mine are. Yeah. So that's all I've got. Any questions of me? All righty. Have a great evening, and I will see you all later.
Thanks for coming.
Yep. I've played golf once in my life. It's not very good at it. Here's if you like, Mr. Chairman, there's a copy of that open meeting law. Thank you.
And just so everybody on the board's name it transparent, I'm the one that talked to Brendan. I called Brendan on the phone. We talked a couple weeks ago, and that's where that came up for.
Oh, okay.
So I asked Brendan for clarity and if he could provide a formal version of clarity to everybody.
All right. Okay. See you later.
See you, Jeff.
Yeah. So we go to item 2 or item 5. Number 2, board seeking clarity on status, current and future membership. With Chris's written notice on resigning from the board, I believe that constituted that. Like that resolves that issue. Unless anybody have.
It does, but there's some other things that I would like clarity on. I don't think that's going to happen until city council determines the direction of this golf course. I don't understand why we are all up here. I mean, I don't understand why we are up here right now trying to make recommendations for a course that has yet to pave the way to which way they're going. I've been a little frustrated with that, as I'm sure others have too. So I would just think the biggest thing for us at this point is for city council to finally determine what the direction is going to be. Until they do that, what are we doing here?
Do you want to put that forth in an official proposal on an agenda item?
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah, and then we can talk, deliberate, and vote on it.
Yeah.
We can make that ask of city council. Absolutely. I believe that be able to do that in a formal way would be impactful. Okay. Alex, do you have any clarity, issues, questions concerning the status of the board?
I'm pretty aligned with Scott on some of that stuff, and I know that things are starting to be in motion with the city council moving forward. But I think that for us, as far as are big movements, we can't move forward 100% until things are aligned with the city council, and then we can start making our recommendations. I mean, we can start laying the foundation and then moving forward once city council has had their set in stones. So I would agree with Scott on that.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. And I think that my only clarity was around Chris's status. Like, there's a lot of things that come out of rumor, and when he was hired on seasonal, he was pulled off the board, and then now he's back on the board. But that was the only thing I needed clarity on. We got it. So, all I have. Okay. Let's move to item 6, official board business. Discussion action item 1, establishing a regular meeting date. And I believe the ask, and this is put on, I believe the ask is just to have it out there for transparency rather than having set it the meeting. So I made a motion to propose we meet every second Monday of the month, 6 p.m. Scott's an aye. Alex?
Yeah, I second that.
Aye. Okay. And then I'm an aye. I'm putting second Monday of the month at 6 p.m. Selfishly, that gives me time to get here.
Just so you all are, you can hold as many specials as you.
Yeah, as I assumed it was something like that. Yeah, something documented on record that we're always meeting this day. Perfect. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Okay. Let's go to discussion item 2. One of our last meetings, the question was posed to us whether the city should go in the direction of a contracted pro or the pro would be a city employee. And then at the time, I think the recommendation came out of the city pro, as a city employee is a pro. But then after more thought, I and then kind of back and forth email with Tiffany about how we structure that and how we can kind of talk about this. I don't think the board's in a position to even make a recommendation concerning that. Like, we don't have any context around what a contract would look like for a contracted professional. We don't know what the job description and everything would look like for a city professional as a golf course. So out of that, I thought that what impact the board could have now and what we could recommend is whoever that person is in whatever capacity they're serving as city pro or city professional, city employee professional, or a hybrid contractor professional, we could recommend a set of minimum qualifications that would best serve the community, the best serve the golfers of the community, and help the golf course be profitable. So with that, I did some research, talked to a few professionals, looked up the PGA job recommendations, and then came up with a list of minimum qualifications to recommend to city council and the mayor on who the qualifications of the next pro. I typed it all out, so if anybody, I handed a copy to the board members, so if anybody would like an extra copy, it's kind of a lot.
No,
Okay. Anybody else? Okay, and then
on that particular item, it kind of dovetails into what I previously said.
Yeah.
We don't know until the city council makes a decision.
Yeah, I agree.
So
I agree.
dead in the water on that one. I decide which direction.
Yeah. Yeah, out of that, this is where I thought I would like to propose that whoever the next head pro, director of golf will be at Desert Canyon meet these minimum qualifications. So for the record, I'll read it out loud. Education and certifications, current Class A membership with the PGA of America, or actively working toward Class A status if it's a smaller facility. High school diploma, college degree preferred, not essential. 3 to 5 years of experience in golf course operations, at least 1 to 2 years in a leadership role such as assistant golf professional, first assistant, or golf operations manager, experience running tournaments, leagues, outings, and junior programs, business and management skills, experience with T-sheet management, point of sale systems, merchandising and inventory control, staff scheduling supervision, budgeting and financial reporting, and ability to hire, train, and manage golf staff. Ability to provide lessons to golfers of all skill levels, experience organizing junior golf clinics and community outreach programs, strong communication, conflict resolution skills, demonstrated ability to work with public golfers, leagues, city officials, and course stakeholders. And then after I had to type this out, a couple more hit me, so I will state that for the record if you want to make a note. 1 to 2 years of certified golf club fitting experience. I think that was all I had. Any feedback?
There is a consultant that has PGA career consultant that will gladly work with the city or is looking to hire
Yeah.
actual position. Got his name in rock. Actually, each section throughout the United States, PGA section has a. Will give you recommendations and ideas. Your information, what you're looking for. There's a posting that you can do through the.
Yeah, and it's my understanding that PGA America will go out and recruit people for your position as well.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's the thing that I have get on to and they're out there. Job work.
So this is my proposal. I felt that these minimum qualifications would enhance the experience and the profitability of Desert Canyon Golf Course. Scott, do you have anything you'd like to add?
Again, I think we're just spinning the wheels right now until we know the direction. Going to different, right? If the city council on a contract, it's going to be sides on a city pro.
I think either way, because we're not talking contract or city, we're just talking about a golf pro in general. So no matter what contract or a city employee, we want this criteria to be met as the pro, as our application.
Depending on which way they go, there's going to be certain people that are going to be attracted more for a contract versus certain people are attracted.
Yeah, but either way, I think that
It's going to be difficult until we what to recommend.
maybe if I put a formal proposal that'll like clarify a little bit. So I move motion to propose that whether city council and the mayor decide to hire a city employee as the golf pro or a contracted golf pro, that person meet these listed minimum qualifications. You have a second?
Yeah, I second that. Yeah, because it's all going to be fine. I mean, that should be. Most pros already are going to have this, obviously, unless they're just starting out, right?
Yeah.
Unless they just got their PGA of America certification.
And maybe I could. So, in my talks with current head professionals, the conclusion I came to is about when I posed the question, what would be better? Everybody said, well, it depends. It depends. And it depends on where that pro is at in the stage of their life, where they're at in their career and everything. But at the bare minimum, they should meet these qualifications. So, let's move to vote. Do you feel comfortable with vote, or can I maybe add more clarity, Scott?
No, I'm good with that. I just want our recommendations to count for something.
Yeah.
Until we know the direction.
Yeah. So do you vote aye or nay for the proposal that, okay. Alex?
Aye.
I too. Okay. So we'll make sure this is included in our proposal to the city council. I said it's going to be a lot to type up, but we'll get it out of there. Okay. We'll move on to discussion item 3, develop a purpose statement. So I put this in there. So I just see, and I've seen kind of a lot of the meetings, they lose track and lose focus on what our intended purpose here. So I wanted to develop a purpose statement so then when we get off track a little bit, we can come back and ask the question, why are we here? Who are we serving here? So I I typed up what I thought it should be. It's kind of broad, overarching. And this is just something that I've used in past business practices whenever we have a meeting. I don't know if everybody's been in a meeting and you feel like you've been there for an hour and a half and you accomplished absolutely nothing. This helps you pull you back to the purpose. So, I'm proposing that we develop our purpose statement that we refer back to, and that purpose statement be to enhance the quality of life of the citizens of Mountain Home with recommendations to the mayor, city council concerning Desert Canyon Golf Course. Second? Or does anybody want to add to that, take away?
I second that.
Second, okay. Scott? Aye, nay?
Aye.
Aye, perfect. Move on to discussion item 4. Set goals. So now this is something that these are again broad, kind of high level, that align with our purpose. So I saw this as a 3-pronged kind of recommendation attack. The first one being a goal to recommend course improvements, playability, and enjoyment. Second, work towards a balanced budget. And third, be in service of the community. All 3 of those fulfilling the purpose. Would any
So go through the first. What was the first one?
course improvements, playability, and enjoyment? Second one was work towards a balanced budget. And third one, service to the community. When I say balanced budget, I don't mean having to supplement with the general fund. I fully believe that the golf course can be profitable and self-sustaining.
I'm trying to think. I mean, what other goals should we have for this? Right. I mean, those are broad, so those cover a big wide range of things that can fit under each category.
And it's really just to guide your recommendation. So when you're recommending we should have more tournaments, is that in service to any one of these 3 goals? Will that help? Will having more tournaments balance the budget? Will it improve course playability, enjoyment? Does it serve the community? That's kind of the idea of having broad overreaching goals, is you can always reference back to these goals and purpose statement whenever we make a recommendation. And if it doesn't align and doesn't fit, it's probably something we probably shouldn't recommend.
Yeah, I think there's nothing wrong with that as long as everybody should be equal out there. You know, I've asked for others, but on new, get it. We offers. We can't forget the guys that have been loyal to the golf course for years as well.
Yeah.
So whatever we do forward should affect everybody positive.
Yeah, and that's why I thought in service to the community was a really big thing to add, because let's not forget it is the taxpayers and the citizens of Mountain Home who are sustaining the golf course. Right. And so do we like that? It's another thing. Like a recommendation could be, just hypothetically, a recommendation could be, well, we need to do an advertising blitz in Boise to drive as much out of town traffic here as possible. I was like, well, is that in service to the community? Does it probably balance the budget? Well, it's a step towards that. You know, probably improve course conditions with money, but does it serve the community? That's if it doesn't meet all 3, then maybe it's something we don't recommend doing.
Yeah.
community outreach, you know, like,
Yes.
is that, move that a little bit,
Yeah, I like.
seems to usually work, to get your
Like
Yeah.
balanced service to the
regular
community.
user, yeah.
Okay.
Or someone in there, you know what I mean?
And these are just
Balancing growth with it.
these are just things that pop into my brain. Like I'm more than willing to be wrong about all of it. That's why I brought it forth, because I want you guys to tear it apart and let me know what's going to be best for you. Because I admittedly, at the end of the day, like while I use the golf course just as much as anybody here, I don't live here. So this is for you guys. You know, Scott, you're out there all the time. You're
I'm retired.
yeah, you should be exactly. So like, I don't want it to be what Anthony wants. Like, I really want you guys to tear this stuff apart.
Well, and honestly, I have no problems. Also, like, out that I was family. Now they want to gripe a little bit or something about, hey, the tee box on number 3 is breaking down for the women.
Here's Jake's phone number.
Well,
Yeah.
I have no problem being a sounding board for him or actually alerting Jake or whatever. I mean, that's our role.
Really, everything that you guys are hearing is probably something just waiting for money or time or whatever, you know. So
Yeah.
But it's also really good. Like, I'm glad you're here to say that too, because it's good for us while we're out there playing, when we, especially in our playing groups, when we hear that and we say, like, you know what, like that's already been discussed, like it's on their radar.
Yeah.
Like that goes a long way to helping kind of quell and help angst amongst the golfing community. Okay. And I like the balanced growth, because like here's a prime example too for me. Um, Living in Boise, I live right next to Boise Ranch Golf Course. I bought a season pass. This is probably 4 or 5 years ago. I bought a season pass for $1,500. A lot, right? I go out there, try to use it every night, and they had a league on Monday. They had a league on Tuesday. They had a league on Wednesday. They had a couples Chapman on Friday. And so finally I looked at it, I'm like, oh, when am I supposed to use this? Because I can't get a tee time on Saturday and Sunday. So I don't know. I like I said, like the point you brought up. Like, is it in service to the people that are out? So, okay, balanced growth. But admittedly, also like the course, we need to grow. Like we need rounds, we need people, and
I think the biggest thing we could do is grow it back a lot of.
I agree. That's probably priority one.
That's the people that start with it.
Okay, so I think that we maybe I love that. I think that maybe we add a fourth prong to this, and it is how can we word that? Bring back or well, it's not retention because we already lost them. But so yeah, how do we recoup prior membership? Okay, I think that should be 100% a fourth prong to this.
Well, I mean, I went out Friday and golfed on the base course. Old home week. Saw so many guys out there. Sweet time. But, and that's the other thing that I think we could do something, intertwine this golf course with the base course for certain tournaments or just camaraderie or whatever you want to do with that. But I think that would help a lot, getting some of those guys to come back out and at least play a little bit.
I love it. I love it. Okay, so so I'm motion to propose our goals to be recommend course improvements, playability, make recommendations that strive us towards a balanced budget, balanced service to the community, and fourth being recoup prior membership and players. So whenever we have a recommendation, we need to ask ourselves those four goals. It's like, does this recommendation fulfill the purpose of these goals?
I think the recouping members would be back into the balance. Back
Okay,
into your
we can just
balance
fold that in
service.
there?
That's just,
Okay.
yeah, that's not, doesn't need to be a fourth prong. It needs to be just a third.
Okay.
Third main goal, right?
I like it.
Yep. Have the three, but I'd,
I think you're spot on. I think it falls right under that umbrella. Okay.
I would second that motion too.
Okay.
Aye.
And aye. Okay. Let's move on to define metrics. So I just tied a specific metric that I thought would help us measure each one of these three prongs. And I thought that course improvements, playability, and then they can be both. They can be in service to both. They don't have to be separate, or they could fit all three. I thought course improvements, playability, and enjoyment, when we recommend that, I think that could be reflected in if we're increasing rounds. If the course is in great shape, people want to play it, right, Jake? Like, yeah. And if it plays well, people want to come back. So I just thought that could be a good metric to measure that for increasing rounds. I think that shows that courses doing great. And the next metric, obviously, I think that's just revenue over costs. Like, we just need to track is it making money, or is it taking steps towards making money and not having to be supplemented for balanced budget. And then balanced service to community. A number of things could fall under this. Memberships, punch cards. I think, especially with the point you brought up in the last deal, recoup memberships. I think that if we see more passes being sold, more punch cards being bought, like that would all help us measure if we're fulfilling that goal, or we're working towards that goal. Youth programs set up. For me, I think also competitive tournaments. And I remember we'd always circle the Lions Dilly, the Duel in the Desert, all those IGA sponsored competitive tournaments. Those are always on our calendar every year to come and play. So I thought if we could measure how many of those get put back on the calendar, that would be in service to the community. So, make a motion to propose our metrics be rounds played, revenue over cost, and then youth programs, competitive tournaments, and
I think just tournaments in general.
Tournaments in general.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Tournaments in general.
Basic offering. What are we offering out there? That stuff.
I like lessons.
Marketing strategy.
Yeah.
There is none.
That's where you come in.
That's one last.
Yeah. Okay. So that one. So for the last, balanced service community, we go. And it could just be like an increase. Like, do we have more youth programs than last year? Do we have more? Is our leagues active and healthy than last year? It could be yes or no. It doesn't always have to be defined by.
Well, you need to start.
Yeah.
Proper tools to succeed.
Yeah. So youth programs, tournaments in general, and for one, I do love all the charity tournaments that are here. But I do believe we need to bring some competitive ones back. Do we have an active role at the high school? Yeah, we can measure that. It could just be a simple yes or no question.
I think that falls under it.
If we think about the possibilities there, and then even though there has been an active role with high school golf for Mountain Home, but Rimrock's had a golf team. Glens Ferry doesn't have one. What if that could start? There's a great opportunity and new customer base from there.
I'm not, Jake, you have kids that go to Glens Ferry, so have they ever brought that up at all? Like, have you heard any through the grapevine of kids wanting to come golf?
Have you ever heard anything about golf down there from kids?
Yeah, I wasn't sure about that, but I was just out of curiosity. Sorry to step in there, but
Wrestling's the big sport down there. So.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know why.
okay.
Okay, so I think that under that third prong, we track youth programs, tournaments, high school involvement, and season passes and punch cards. Awesome. But there's also double opportunity there, right? So like, so Mountain Home plays. So Idaho High School has split their large school, small school. So there is a fall league that can bring a lot of potential business. Well, even high school involvement. Are we hosting tournaments? Are we hosting high school tournaments? That's another question to be asked. That's a huge opportunity there to drive revenue.
Where they're,
It's not a revenue generator. It's something that's shared between golf courses
Not
to operate.
not in a
Not a
black and white,
direct-
not in a direct black and white way. But if you host a tournament with 50 players and they each have parents that come and watch their team and players, they're going to come back and play the course because you hosted their
in
kid.
that sense.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
guess I meant on the
Yeah, there's no direct ROI
Right,
in hosting them.
And there
there's-
shouldn't be, right?
Yeah, there
Yeah.
should be
Yeah.
should be future gains for that development, or even prior. They
Yeah.
could come out and play it just to get.
And even there is a direct measurable financial impact on hosting a tournament because parents will come and rent golf carts to cruise around and watch their kids play out there. So you can rent you could do a $20 per seat normal rental. Yeah.
Also have other those are all just youth programs. Those are tournaments that we would host and haven't over all those people, like you said, buy cards. Didn't the Chapmans used to come there?
So this
The senior
Yep,
Chapman.
there's Idaho Couples Association.
Used to, I don't
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, there's quite a bit of those.
Okay.
Almost easy revenue.
So I'll make note to track that. And that could just be a check, yes or no. Did we get youth programs back to the course? Did we get that Idaho Couples Association back to the course? Yes or no?
There's a PGA Junior League, which is kind of what we're trying to do on course development. And then PGA Junior League is where you compete against other courses, FPGA. Basically, they play. They travel and play golf against other courses, and it's basically like a two-man scramble 9 hole. Something that I'm trying to work towards becoming 10 kids on night. That's from 6 to 8. That starts the date, Jeff.
June 17th.
Jeff, what's our date? Yeah, that will be starting soon.
I saw that posted on the Parks and Rec site,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. Okay. Okay. So just recap the proposal or revise the proposal. Metrics tracked should be rounds played, and then revenue over cost, and then youth programs, tournaments, competitive and charity, expand high school role, season passes, a punch card, and let's go ahead and get the Idaho Couples Association.
That's just internal.
Yeah, we can
Yes.
fold that into tournaments, right?
Yes.
Cool. Okay. Second.
Second. Aye.
And aye for me. And I think that will move us to item 7. So thank you for,
Six.
or sorry, no, we're still in 7. That's the
We
one.
define them at-
Oh yeah. Okay. Item number 6. Do we have any, Scott, I'll start with you. Do you have any recommendations to take to city council and the mayor that's in service of their goals currently on your mind? Would you like to lay them all out here or add them to the agenda item for next? Okay. Okay.
Mayor, if you have any direction as to, when the city council will actually decide, make a determination on the golf course, or we're gonna table that indefinitely till the end of the year?
Tomorrow night is the night. But
Tomorrow night is the night?
Tonight's supposed, to do a presentation. It's their decision, not my decision.
I get it.
So, the four,
Is when you refer to direction, is that concerning like a head pro position?
direction of the court contract. Modeling. Three months ago, the, modeling structure of the modeling of the staff.
Okay. Okay.
Tomorrow night. Fill the room. Fill the room.
You can play round bellies and still be here.
There's a question of clarity. Maybe Tiffany or Mr. Mayor, you could help us with this. If we were to, if we were to propose or recommend anything tonight, since it's not on the, are we able to propose or recommend anything tonight since it's not on the agenda to discuss as an action item?
Come in for your 3-minute speech before the meeting.
Oh, for specific person.
Yeah.
Open meeting.
Like, the item is in there.
Okay.
I would have probably been.
Okay. And then I guess we can put our proposals out, and then that would be set. That would be actually setting the agenda for next meeting. Since
I'd like to know what they decide before.
Okay.
I think I would like to motion that we table number 6 until next meeting.
item 6, discussion item
yeah.
6, right?
Yep, item
Okay.
6, discussion item number 6, until we have clarity on what's going on with the city council deciding.
Second that.
Good. And Scott, you vote? Alex? And I vote aye as well. Okay, so we'll jump down to item 7. Set agenda items for next meeting. I think this is where we can, if there's any proposals to lay down, that we document that to discuss next time. Or discussion item for next time. I want to put on on our agenda for next meeting, discussion item around a serviceable pro shop.
Well, and this will probably be addressed, or at least tomorrow. You know, talking with Steven out there yesterday, or on Friday, I don't know how or why some members of the city council shop as competing private sector. Because a pro shop typically will take Callaway golf balls, mark them up 20, 30, 35% more what you could buy them at Golf Galaxy for. They also are not in the business of pro shop, not in the business of carrying balls that you can buy at Walmart. So I think there's a disconnect between the understanding of some of the council members and what a pro shop truly does, what it's there to offer. When you invest in a pro shop, Steve was telling me this, and he's absolutely right. He marked up things 35, 40%, whatever. And then as soon as he got that initial investment back, that gets paid back to the city. Pay that back to the city. Then you have an operating base that you can then move forward and build on its own. So this notion that a pro shop is in addition, I think is very wrongful thinking, and it really should be quashed because that's not how it works.
And not having golf equipment ready for golfers is a disservice to the golfing community. Secondly, there is built-in mechanisms at golf courses to recoup your costs of inventory of the pro shop. For instance, Men's League has over $8,000 in their bank account right now that normally in every other year would be paid out in club credit bought out of that pro shop. Since we do not have one, that's going to have to be paid out in gift cards to places like Golf Galaxy, Dick's Sporting Goods, all that for the winners of Men's League to use their funds. Yeah.
Yeah,
You- you could-
$8,000 is going to be lost. I mean, let's just say that the city took it over. That's $8,000 that they could have had in their pocket.
Gone. It's Mountain Homes taxpayer money that's going to go to
30%
it's going to
of
be
that, right?
it's going to be spent in
It's all
Treasure
profit,
Valley.
So
So I mean, I understand that there's logistics around all that, and but that will come in our discussion. I mean, it'll be an agenda item for next time. Honestly, I don't care how it happens. It needs to happen.
We're down from what I saw. We're down 50%. I'm not sure why people are even. To me, that suggests that the absolute best commitment you get from somebody in Mountain. That basically, they're the ones that are going to be out there, but they're also willing to help them. Why anybody would? I have no idea that I came wrong. I hope that I heard that wrong. Didn't.
Is there a mechanism in place where we can ask these questions and get clarity? Big questions, just as like the one Scott. Is that where we use our opening 3 minutes for? Can they do?
Oh, no, I see what you mean. No, in the 3 minutes that you get up and say, on but it's up for them to go back and forth and engage. It was like, kind of the, on the, speaker of that.
So Scott, how do we propose this? I would recommend putting in on the agenda item. What kind of forum or what kind of feedback loop or mechanism is in place for us to gain clarity on things like this with the council?
I mean, I would like to. I mean, I go back to Scott because you said it was hearsay, essentially, kind of through the grapevine. So I think that we'd have.
Or somebody that was.
I think we would have to find out exactly if it's concrete information, because if it's not concrete information, there's no point in coming up for the council.
So
Totally agree.
So I say set on the agenda item council. I'm just leaving it broad, council feedback loop, and that will be a discussion action item for our agenda next time.
I would ask for
Okay.
season pass feedback. You look like you have something to say?
Yeah.
Passes they don't, once it passes. Very quickly. Getting around to go. Pro shops, everything. But at the bat, are valuable. Talked about potentially lottery stand, or different things like that has been generalized discussion, but nothing has been.
Really have that many people?
That's a,
No,
it's not my decision. And it's is down, or the season pass. We've also talked, I'm just throwing you guys out there to just talked about selling a pass that gets you out into tournament play and a higher that gets you into tournament, right? It's all just been throwing stuff on.
all I can tell you, a member out here, there has been never many golf. In fact, a lot of golf courses use it as a measurement of, obviously. So I don't know why you would want to, trying to truly grow this place. Some time and money pass.
Well, we don't have the competition
Right.
in the back. So when we start
have
to compare
competition.
municipality size, we go. They also have surrounding area competition. Other than.
Yeah. I will say, yeah, I mean, it is common practice to cap that number because there is a diminishing return. Like, you get the most out of the random public play tee time, but that's
There yet?
that's to say, like that's built on the fact that the course is demanding that kind of traffic, and we're not there.
That was golf.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just informing the real discussion
Yeah,
that
I
had.
appreciate that.
You guys know.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
appreciate that.
Yeah,
because
absolutely.
That was bantered about.
If you really wanted to capture that, then you could actually, which Chris is doing a great job checking everybody in, getting names and information on who's playing. If you really wanted to capture that, every time, just say for me, if I go and play, I check in. There goes a check mark. There goes a punch card or punch deal right to my name. Right, every week. That I know that for a weekday pass, it is, in my mind, it's a little high, but I think it's fair that having a weekday pass for myself makes sense because I play men's league and it's right around 14 to 16 times I have to play during the middle of the week. That's okay. So I have 14 weeks of men's league and then I have to play 2 more times maybe on a Friday or whatever. Yeah. So,
yeah.
But I do think that there's ways to capture that if you really want to have that data, and that's something that we'd have to work with Pro.
Well, I think we can ask that question too. Like we can ask that of the council. Like it has to be like if the decision's made, it has to be rooted in data. Like it's
Right.
like you have to show that we're losing, right?
Yeah.
Somehow, like there is a precipice there, and there's a fall off. But assuming like I'm out here on the evenings, like the course is dead from 3 to done. Besides league nights,
Oh,
like we're not at the point to be
it's-
capping
it's
anything.
dead.
To be honest, so.
Based on my experience of golfing out there, there's a go between. A lot of the golf that they go out during that, they go out then. After that,
Yeah.
it really drops off.
Speaking of that, I think next thing I want to put on, recommend for the agenda. So thanks for that. I want to add also revenue driving discussion. There's avenues out there to capture evening play.
Yeah, we could be doing.
Yeah.
So in the report you're given from 12 years, what analysis you're starting? Good objective.
Yeah.
I'm sure you guys read.
Yeah,
a lot of
I
this is going to be
started
coming once we get our. So we can start tracking.
Good.
Everybody's, it is a placeholder. Information will be put in there. Collecting everybody's email and phone numbers, adding to that. Also, anybody that plays there. Send out, mark.
Yeah.
Come back and play. That's a key point. Get up and going as soon as possible. app application, which is another 60 days. It's going to be city webpage. All of it's together. There's a lot of good things happening. From that standpoint, there's also things, booking window opportunity. We have dead time. I checked in 60 golfers on Twilight after I was running to get carts. Twilight golf is great because people have to board. It's another thing that's mid Twilight. Have make Twilight Super Twilight and have another Twilight between 1 and 4. Open. It's just decreasing the price of the cost, but it's still a cheaper rate to get people. And we're not talking a big $5 to $10 cheaper. People are waiting to come at 4, but they're coming between 1 and 4.
Yeah.
There's opportunities.
Yeah.
And those
Absolutely.
opportunities,
And those should be explored, I think.
yeah, need to be explored in different type of windows, and different types of passes they have. Because personally, if I was buying a pass, why would I want to buy a 7-day week pass when every Saturday there's an event out there in the summer
I get
months?
that, yeah.
But there's ways to get around that where you set up these tournaments and have dual shotgun events and play afternoon play, which I've been doing
I think we've done that.
on that, which increased revenue come from that. A lot of opportunities. Sundays are a lot of opportunity, and we're weather generated.
Right.
I go play. I don't win, but nothing to do about that.
Alex, did
There's
you?
diehards.
So just to recap real quick, I have 3 agenda items for next meeting: serviceable pro shop, council feedback loop, and revenue driving discussion.
I'd like to make one more recommendation.
Yeah, I was just about to ask you.
Collect some information on the old carts that are in between the main shed, where all the city carts are stored, and then where the carts that members have, the sheds that members have. Because I can tell you that it's right behind my family's shed, and sometimes it's a pain because they're all stacked right there. There is enough room, but it's also just looking like riffraff along the deal. So the old carts.
So what, could you clarify your ask, Alex?
Finding out information on old carts that by the fuel tank.
So 10 of we use 10 because we're using them mainly for overflow for tournaments, right?
Okay.
And then really most of them are pretty much shot. They just need to go, I think.
Trade in, trade out.
10 out of the.
We keep 10, but like
How many?
there's
how many-
14 or 15 that run right now. 10 of them, like we'll rent 10 out or whatever, and then all of a sudden one will break down, so we'll use one to cover it. But
So do you think
that's kind of what they're for.
do you think the purpose of the agenda item for your ask, Alex, would be
Finding out ways.
a plan? Like
Yeah.
recommend a plan concerning old carts? Okay.
Recommending ways to help or assist of getting rid of those things or getting them taken care of because they are. I mean, they're just sitting there going to waste. Some of the tires are flat. Some of the straps are weathered, checked, and
They
keep falling
were-
apart. So
They've been bad.
You
before
could-
we put 'em out there.
You could put one of those straps on mine if you want. Okay, so I just put it kind of broad. I said recommendation on old carts, and then we'll discuss that and develop a recommendation out of it.
yeah.
Cool. Think of that. We can move to item 8 and adjourn. How do I officially adjourn this bad boy?
Next meeting.
Correct.
6 p.m.
I can make my last motion.
Second. Okay. Aye. We have to vote. Yeah.
Yes. I.
No? Aye.
Yeah,
Aye.
there you go.
Okay.
Sure, we're good.
Thank you.
Here, you want 3? Pass them out when you're out there. If not, I'm just killing trees.
Perfect. Thanks, Mayor. Mhm. Yeah.